Dawson's Rambles. Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here, coming at you today with a small bit of Rider news about the announcement that happened, I think it was over the weekend, of our next Rider Crossover team-up movie, so it must be Tuesday, time to announce another one of those, but this is our annual, or I think they do it annually, of team-up between the current Rider and the last Rider, and of course they also have to throw some sort of rando in there so they can all fight over a misunderstanding. In this case, that rando is Ryuki and some members of the Ryuki cast. Now, to be fair, it's not entirely random. The reason they're doing it is clearly because of the parallel of the battle royale between Ryuki and Geats, with both, end goals being you get a wish at the end and whatnot, so there's inevitably comparisons between that. I feel like there's been all kinds of team-ups like that, or hypothetical team-ups that people have discussed wanting solely because of, characters having a similar theme or plot. And sometimes that can be cool. There's interesting opportunities for these two characters are similar, or these two themes match up, we should do a crossover. But you could let one squeak by. You don't always have to do it. I get the desire, I'm covering it because I think it could be potentially interesting, but if you guys follow my channel, I'm really tired of watching these morons fight each other. It's just, if this was something that was announced where we didn't have all these crossovers every year, I would be so excited. I'd be like, oh my god, Ryuki's coming back, this is really cool, because Geats has the same theme, but because I see him all the time, although I shouldn't be sick of him anymore, because I haven't watched a Toku movie in 5 years, just for my mental health. Still, I just wish they would cool it on those, just to give these things time to be special, because a lot of these actually are something that I would be pretty stoked for if we didn't do them all the time. And honestly, I'm fully in support of the idea of them doing an annual crossover between the current Rider and last year's Rider, like they do with Sentai. You don't always gotta include another rando in there, even if their theme matches up. I'm curious if Revice is gonna feel like an afterthought in this. It seems like it might just be featuring Ryuki, but I can't help but think back to the Dino team-up, which is still one of my least favorite team-ups of all time, because it made the Go Busters feel like an afterthought in one of our last chances to see them as a team in favor of the old crusty dinos. Those should have been separate movies. This is coming out in December, and we'll probably get it to be able to watch a year later or something like that. I might cover this more when we get more stuff, like a trailer. Right now we just have a teaser that literally just has title cards and images of hey, you know who Revice is, you know who Geats is, remember Ryuki, and it's no, that's Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, a real Kamen Rider. Real Kamen Riders are the Defenders of Antara. We all know that, because they said, what is a Kamen Rider? They said the Defenders of Antara. I'm kind of curious to see, who exactly ends up returning, and if there's going to be any chance of, new forms and stuff. That's kind of what I'm interested in on, I guess, a superficial level, is sometimes when they bring this back, they do new forms. And I think the thing that I would be most interested in about this as an old Toku fogey now is, the interactions. What makes this interesting to me, if I would watch it. I'll probably watch it at some point in the far future. I don't see me going off my Toku movie hiatus, but what would make me interested about the concept would be the idea of these characters interacting and comparing experiences instead of oh, they're gonna fight. I could give a shirt about these idiots fighting each other, but I want to see the interactions, because there is something interesting to be had about the interactions and dynamics between these characters, because it is funny, I didn't even think about the fact really that both Ryuki and Geats have a wish at the end, but the setup and the dynamics are very different, so I don't know. I'll probably at least cover the first trailer if there's something interesting to see about it, but are you looking forward to this? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps, ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.